Students, today we will read about our freedom struggle in SST. Lesson number 17, The Revolt of 1857. Do you know India was a very rich country? India was known for its riches in ancient times. Ancient times means long time back ago. It was famous for its spices. Spices means garam masala that we use in preparing food. Pearls are very expensive gems and India had it in abundance. Silk, you must have seen silk saris, your mother must be having. And gold. That is the reason India was called the golden bird. These things were in great demand in Europe. People wanted like these things in Europe. In 1498, Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese explorer, discovered the sea route to India. All of you know that? He landed at Calicut. He got permission from the ruler of Calicut to carry on trade with India. Trade with India means business with India. Gradually, the Portuguese established political power over areas like Calicut, Goa, Daman and Diu. Meanwhile, other European countries also wanted to exploit. Exploit means take unfair advantage of the riches of India. Soon, Dutch, French and British also came to India. Now in 1600, a group of 100 merchants of London took permission from Queen Elizabeth I to form the British East India Company. They formed a company and the name of the company was East India Company. The company received permission to trade in India from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. So that time the emperor who was ruling was Jahangir. They set up big godowns to store the goods they traded in. They started from Surat. Later they established trading centers in Bombay, which is now called Mumbai, and Madras, which is now called Chennai. The French too set up a trading company and established centers in Chandranagore in Bengal and in Pondicherry. The British did not like this. They fought with the French and defeated them. In the beginning, the British were interested only in trade. So the main purpose for which they came to India was to do business. Soon they started building forts and maintaining armies in the name of protecting their godowns. Now they started bringing their armies. And what was the reason they said? They wanted to safeguard their godowns. Now we come to the Battle of Plassey in 1757. Bengal in those days was ruled by Nawab Sirajuddin Dola. He asked the British not to build forts and to remove their troops. Troop is the collective noun used for soldiers. The British refused. A big battle was fought at Plassey. Sirajuddaulah lost the battle and the British now became very powerful in Bengal. In the rest of the country, kings were fighting for their small kingdoms. The British took advantage of this. They helped one king against the other. In this way, they gained more power and wealth. Slowly, they succeeded in capturing large parts of India. So, the Britishers enforced divide and rule policy. Now we come to injustice of the British. The British were interested only in making money. They forced the farmers of Bihar to grow indigo. What is indigo? It is a plant used for making a blue dye. Now this dye was used in England for dyeing milk cloth. The farmers had no need for indigo as they needed food grains to feed themselves. They were forced to sell indigo to Britishers at a low price. As a result, the Indian farmers became very poor. Whatever they were growing, these Britishers were buying at a very low price. The Indian farmers became very poor day by day. Similarly, the weavers were forced to sell their cloths at a very low price. The Indian cottage industry was also a victim of British greed. Britain did not grow cotton due to cold climate, but they had big cotton textile mills which required cotton. So, cotton was bought here at a low price and sent to Britain. In return, cloth was shipped back to India and sold in India. The Indians had to buy this cloth at a high price. This British did not allow India, so the Britishers were buying the products at low price and selling their products at a high price. Also, the Britishers did not allow Indians to start their own mills or factories. The British made unjust laws to take control of more and more kingdoms. One such law was Doctrine of Lapse, which said that if a king died without a natural heir means son, his kingdom would be taken over by Britishers. Thus, farmers, traders, kings, etc. were dissatisfied with the British rule. They wanted to ousted the British from India. Means they were now wanting to drive the British out of India. So now we come to Revolt of 1857. The Revolt of 1857 is called the First War of Independence. It is very important landmark in our history because by this time the Indians were very annoyed, aggressive, and they wanted to do anything to drive the Britishers out of India. Now, star fact, Mangal Pandey, an Indian soldier in the British Army, fired the first shot of revolt of 1857 on 29th March 1857. The revolt was started by the Indian soldiers in the British Army. The reason for the revolt was the following incident. Now what happened? Why did they start revolting against the Britishers? Now this is a small happening. A new rifle called Enfield was introduced. A rumor spread that these cartridges were greased with the fats of cows and pigs. The covering of these cartridges had to be bitten off before loading the gun. The Hindus regarded cows as holy and the Muslims regarded pigs as unclean. The rumors hurt the sentiments of the soldiers. The revolt started at Meerut. It soon spread to other parts. Along with the Indian soldiers, other sections of Indian society also joined. So students, the revolt of 1857, that was called the First War of Independence, was started by the soldiers in the British Army. And an Indian soldier, Mangal Pandey, fired the first shot. And this you will understand it better when you will see the movie Mangal Pandey. Now we come back to the lesson. They declared Bahadur Shah Zafar as their leader. Other prominent leaders were Tatya Tope, Nana Sahib, Kuwar Singh, Liaquat Ali, Rani Lakshmi Bai and Begum Hasrat Mahal of Awadh. But the British had better trained soldiers and superior weapons. So the Britishers sent Bahadur Shah Zafar to Burma as a punishment. In the process, the East India Company also came to an end. The British government took over the reins of power from the East India Company. The Governor General was henceforth called the Viceroy. But there was no change in the condition of Indians. Indians were treated in a very bad manner. The revolt of 1857 created an urge among the Indians to be free. So now the Indians no longer wanted to remain under the power of Britishers. They believed that if they fought unitedly, they would be able to drive out the British. So now they realized that they should organize themselves and they should fight unitedly to drive the British away. And this is what we studied in the revolt of 1857. So students, I hope you understood the lesson. Now read the lesson again and try to do the exercise given in the lesson. We will discuss it in our next class. So study regularly, learn regularly, okay? And salute the leaders who have laid their life to give us freedom. Jai Hind.
Given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they apologize.